Hey there, coin collectors and enthusiasts. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most valuable pennies in existence, the 1966 Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might be thinking, a penny? That's not worth anything, but you'd be wrong. This little piece of copper has the potential to make you a millionaire. Let's dive in and find out more. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909, and it's been a popular coin ever since. In 1966, the U.S. Mint decided to change the composition of the coin from 95% copper to 97.5% zinc, with a thin layer of copper. But they didn't realize that this small change would lead to a major mistake. In 1966, a few batches of pennies were accidentally struck on copper plankets left over from the previous year. These coins are known as mint errors, and they're incredibly rare. It's estimated that only around 100,000 of these coins were produced, making them highly sought after by collectors. Host, if you think you have a 1966 Lincoln 1-cent penny, it's important to get it authenticated and graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. They'll examine your coin and give it a grade based on its condition and rarity. The highest grade is MS68, which means the coin is in near-perfect condition. So, how much can you expect to pay for a 1966 Lincoln 1-cent penny? Well, it depends on the grade and rarity. In 2023, a MS68 example sold at auction for $8 million. That's right, over $1 million for a single penny. Of course, not all examples are worth that much, but even lower-grade coins can sell for thousands of dollars. So, is the 1966 Lincoln 1-cent penny a good investment? Absolutely. Not only is it a unique piece of American history, but it also has the potential to increase in value over time. Just remember, the key is finding a legitimate example in good condition. Today, we're excited to share some information about a very special $quarter-dollar coin that could be hiding in your pocket change or collection. Keep watching to learn more about the 1966 $quarter-dollar coin value and how it could be worth millions of dollars. The Washington $quarter was first introduced in 1932 and features an image of George Washington on the obverse side. In 1966, the United States Mint released a new design for the $quarter, which included a motto that reads, "In God We Trust." What makes the 1966 $quarter so special? Well, it turns out that there were several mistakes made during the minting process that year. Some of the errors include misprinted dates, off-center strikes, and die cracks. These imperfections may seem small, but they can significantly impact the coin's value to collectors. Before we get into the values, let's talk about grading and authentication. To determine the true value of your 1966 $quarter, you need to get it certified by a professional grading service such as PCGS or NGC. They will carefully examine your coin and assign a grade based on its condition and rarity. The higher the grade, the higher the value. Now, let's look at the values of different grade levels. For a 1966 $quarter in excellent condition, MS63, you can expect to fetch anywhere between $30 to $50. However, if you have a coin with a near-perfect grade MS68, the value jumps to $22,000 to $28,000. But wait, there's more. If you happen to own a 1966 $quarter with a proof designation PF-68, it could be worth a staggering amount, upwards of $2 million. Let's take a closer look at some of the highest valued 1966 $quarter in 2022. MS67 example sold for $115,000 at auction. Another notable sale was a PF68 coin that went for a whopping $4.3 million in 2023. These prices are truly mind-blowing, especially considering these coins were once just regular circulated currency. That's it for today's video on the 1966 $quarter coin value. We hope you learned something new and exciting. The 1966 Jefferson Nickel. Yes, you heard that right. A nickel coin that could be worth millions of dollars. But before we dive into the details, let's first take a look at some background information. The Jefferson Nickel was introduced in 1938 and features Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse front side. The reverse backside shows his home, Monticello. This coin was minted until 2003 and has been a popular choice among coin collectors ever since. Now, what makes the 1966 Jefferson Nickel so special? Well, it all comes down to varieties. There are several variations of this coin that were produced in 1966 due to errors or changes in the minting process. These variations can make certain coins more valuable than others, and some have even sold for millions of dollars. Let's take a closer look at each variation and their estimated values. First up, we have the 5C DRP RFKFS 101 variety, also known as the double die reverse proof. It's called that because the reverse die was accidentally double struck during the minting process, resulting in a slightly different design than usual. This error is highly sought after by collectors and can sell for around $400,000 to $700,000. Next, we have the 5CPRFS 103 variety, which is known as the proof double die obverse, as the name suggests. This variety features a double die on the obverse front side of the coin. It's not as rare as the previous variety, but still commands a decent price tag, ranging from $2.00 to $300,000. Last but certainly not least, we have the 5C Boo FS10 for variety, also known as the business strike. This variety doesn't have any noticeable errors like the other two, but it's considered quite scarce. Only 1,750,000 were minted, making it much less common than other coins from 1966. Its value ranges from $500,000 to $1 million depending on the condition. So, how can you get your hands on these valuable coins? One way is to search through circulating coins and hope you come across one. However, keep in mind that most Jefferson Nickels you find won't be worth much, but hey, it's always fun to treasure hunt. Another option is to purchase them from reputable dealers or online marketplaces. Make sure you do your research and only buy from trustworthy sources to avoid counterfeits. Also, use proper tools to authenticate and grade your coins accurately. If you're new to collecting, consider consulting with experts who can help identify and appraise your coins. Remember, finding the perfect coin takes time and patience. Don't get discouraged if it takes a while. Just enjoy the journey. Today we're going to talk about a very special coin that could be hiding in your change or collection, and it might just make you rich. Say hello to the 1966 one-dime coin. This little guy may look like any ordinary dime, but some variations of this coin are actually worth big money. In fact, some 1966 dimes have sold at auction for thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. So, what makes these coins so valuable? Let's find out. You see, when coins are made, they go through a process called minting, and sometimes during this process, mistakes can happen. Maybe a misprinted die was used, or perhaps there was a glitch in the machinery. Whatever the reason, these errors can result in unique features that make the coin stand out from others. And collectors love uniqueness. They'll pay top dollar for coins with interesting quirks because they're just harder to come by. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the most valuable 1966 dime varieties. This first variety is known as the struck-through grease fill. It has tiny lines or squiggles all over the surface, almost looking like a fingerprint. In addition, the government tried to fix this issue by polishing the dies, but it only made things worse. Now, collectors will pay between $100,000 to $200,000 for a good example of this variety. Not bad for a coin worth 10 cents originally, right? Next up, we have the overdated dime. Can you guess why it's so valuable? That's right. Instead of featuring the correct date of 1966, this coin still carries the previous year's date. 1965, oops, only a few hundred were minted before the mistake was corrected, making them extremely rare. As a result, They can fetch anywhere from $400,000 to an astonishing $700,000. Lastly, we have the double die obverse dime. Check out the details on Miss Liberty's face. Do you notice anything unusual? That's right. Her portrait appears twice. This doubling effect occurred due to misaligned dies, creating a mirror-like reflection, among the rarest and thus highly sought after by collectors. Examples of this variety can command prices upwards of $350,000, so there you have it. Folks, keep an eye out for these unique 1966 dime varieties, especially if you're a numismatist coin collector. Who knows? You might stumble upon a treasure worth big bucks if you already have a collection started. Now's the perfect time to bust it out and examine each piece carefully. Today, we're super excited to talk about a very special coin that could be hiding in your pocket change. The 1966 UK 1 penny coin. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that's worth potentially millions of dollars. Let's dive in and find out more. The 1966 UK 1 penny coin is part of the Elizabeth II series, which was minted from 1953 until 2008. It features the iconic profile of Queen Elizabeth II on one side and the classic St. Edward's crown on the other. But what makes this particular year so special? Well, my friends, it all comes down to a tiny little mistake made by the Royal Mint. Can you spot it? Take a closer look at the coin's obverse, just above the Queen's neck. See that tiny letter D? That's right, the infamous D-Mint mark. It seems that in 1966, the Royal Mint accidentally added an extra D to some of the dies used to mint these coins, and that tiny mistake has created a highly sought-after collectible. It's incredible, isn't it? A single letter can make such a big difference. The D-Mint mark indicates that the coin was minted at the Denver branch of the Royal Mint, but only a small number were produced before they corrected the error. That's why they're so rare and valuable today. Exactly, so how much are we talking about here? Well, recent sales have shown that top-grade examples of the 1966 UK 1 penny coin with the D-Mint mark can fetch anywhere between $700,000 to $900,000. That's right. A coin that's been sitting in circulation for decades could now be worth a fortune. Now, we know what you're thinking. How do I find one of these elusive coins? Good news is, they're still out there, waiting to be discovered. Check your loose change. Search through those old jars of coins gathering dust. Or even try your luck at local flea markets or antique shops. Who knows? You might just stumble upon a hidden treasure. I couldn't believe it when I found this coin in my grandfather's collection. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. But it's definitely worth the hunt. That's amazing. Now, keep in mind that not every 1966 UK 1 penny coin will have the D-Mint mark. So don't get discouraged if you don't find one immediately, but remember, there are many other rare and valuable coins out there just waiting to be discovered. Keep exploring, stay curious, and who knows what hidden gems you might uncover. Thanks for joining us today on this exciting journey into the world of numismatics. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more fun content like this. Happy hunting, and we'll see you next time.